call this Board of Supervisors meeting on August 9th, 2022 here at 2 o'clock. If you all please rise for a moment of silence. We will now pledge allegiance. Mr. Barton, can you lead us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, moving on into public comments. We have some folks who have signed up to speak. Rules are the same as they were at every other meeting prior. 3 minutes per individual, 5 minutes if you're speaking for a group. Please specify if you are speaking for a group. Mr. Reed, can you be the yes, you are? Good job. You're already ahead of the game. Please specify the group, and if you could state your address for the record. First person on the list is Wisteria Johnson.
Good afternoon, sirs. My name is Wisteria Johnson. 2016 Willows Cove Road, Sugar, Virginia. What else I was supposed to say?
No, you did it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. The group I'm speaking for is the dedication of community folk for generations, many generations, to commemorate through Mr. Godfrey. Ms. Helen Miles, and the initiator of the request, Mr. Clark Jackson, who in his own right is a church community person. Together, we want to thank specifically Mr. Rutherford of the board for placing a resolution on, or making it so that resolution can be placed on the agenda. And Miss Amanda,
Yes.
from the county administrator's office, not to leave out Miss Candace, but Miss Amanda, she takes the clerical part and make it happen. And thank you, Amanda, for all your hard work. Of course, we are hoping the resolution passes. Thank you.
All right, Lynn Simpson.
That's me.
Yeah, you brought your whole computer.
Well, somebody didn't tell me that there was no more credit card stuff. Good. Lynn Simpson, 37 Wallwood, Father, Virginia. I won't take 2 minutes, 5 minutes, but I'm just here to protect my tax dollars. And I don't know how much people know about this Regional Jail Board renovation project. I think it's been presented as an idea. About it, it sounds wonderful, but I try to find to go to. I know it's an old jail. I'm raising my tax. I think it's had a recent. I'm retired and I can't afford much in Nelson County. It's getting up there. Getting up like you're out long now. So I went on their website and I watched some of the videos from previous meetings to see what it could cost so much. And there was his name was Mosley Architect. And he had beautiful entranceways of previous projects of his. And one person at the meeting on his video said, "Who cares what the outside of a jail looks like?" And I kind of agree. I think a jail should be a place you don't want to go back to. It shouldn't be pretty. It doesn't need to be pretty. They had another picture of a really tall cement box and it had a basketball hoop in it. They were trying to tout it as an improvement in outside space. It was a cement box, built really tall and sometimes it's highlighted. Just like a lot of money, wasted money here. I think safety and security definitely paramount for jail, but it shouldn't be a pretty place and shouldn't have more amenities than I have or the average Nelson resident has. See if I get this thing. And I thought, what would just a $500,000 do in Nelson County toward a Boys and Girls Club, rather than putting it toward a pretty jail to house them later? You know, I think our money now is better spent on other things. One community member in the video suggested that the problems with the HVAC system, the leaks and the mold issues, be addressed immediately rather than as part of a larger renovation project. They would have to go through a lengthy approval process, and I agreed with that as well. You gotta fix it. You gotta get mold out of it. My goodness, and the HVAC system is very bad. It doesn't cool, it cools, but it doesn't condition. There's plenty of large rooms in the jail that could be turned into pods to house inmates. And they could bulldoze those bad areas if they had to. I haven't seen the jail, I've just seen pictures. The women's area is particularly bad. But I encourage this board to spend my tax dollars on the immediate health and safety concerns of the jail. Throw in some money for some programs to decrease recidivism, and forget about the pretty expensive jail purification and that long, they have quite a long wish list. And keep our tax dollars in Nelson low and livable. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, moving on to Grace Moyer. You live at 8445 Thomas Nelson? Oh, how do you say your last name?
Munger.
Munger.
Hi, I'm Grace Munger. I'm representing Cooperative Extension of County. I live at 1095 Tie River Road. My work address is 8445 Thomas Nelson Highway in the Nelson Center. I sent an email earlier today when I was given USDA approval to make public notification that we have had a positive identification of spotted lanternfly in Nelson County in Arrington 2 weeks ago today. It takes a little bit of time for that stuff to get through a process. I'm on top of it, Extension's on top of it, BX is on top of it. We're doing everything we can to protect producers and educate the public on it. And if you guys get questions on it, you can direct it towards me. I'm familiar with the quarantine and the biology of the pest and what we can do to protect it. Just wanted to make sure you guys were aware of all of it.
Yes, thank you so much. And yes, we did get your correspondence. So sad to hear it's here, but
Inevitability, yeah.
thank you so much, Grace. All right, Bill Piercy.
I'm back. William Piercy, 608 Fortune Cove. Just here to voice my opposition again to this idea of the hard cut intersection over at 29 and 39. Never did see anything in the newspapers follow up on what I understood was a misunderstanding or a retraction, whether it was
Can you speak into the mic, Mr. Harris?
yeah, whether it can be clarified, whether it was just for a proposal in public hearings, because there again, never did see anything about when the public hearings might be held on that idea. But anyway, just want to make sure that the public is aware, you know, what VDOT's up to. Hadn't seen Rick around here yet. Supposed to be a report in this meeting. Is that right? My understanding is there is a VDOT report in this meeting. Okay, well, it'd be nice to talk to him first. Anyway, I do want to extend that invitation to Jesse and anybody else that would like to travel down to Durham and witness one of these atrocities called Arca. It's on Holly Springs Road and Highway 55. And I'd be very willing to pay for your gas money to get down there. Be a nice road trip for you. And Emily, then she could put it in the newspaper about what she saw and all. Wondered if the sheriff might be able to get an update on what kind of accident reports they've had. You know, what goes on in the circumstances like that. How much time I got left?
Minute. minute.
Okay,
10
and
seconds.
then, extend on to the, offering, I guess, or dedication of, free access overpass there at that intersection. If you wanted to say that, dedicate the bridge to, Jolie or somebody who might be seeing it, it would be nice. Let's see, I got another item on that is, moving that sign, the 60-mile-an-hour sign, a little bit further north on 29, so that people don't hit the gas pedal to try to beat the light, which what they're doing now. It's obvious. See that sign right there in front of me, it says 60, you're gonna try to beat that yellow light coming through there. And there is a post on Nelson Knows Facebook, so I want to try to keep up with what the public thinks about it. So her name is Jackie Massey. It's Nelson Knows post. That's about all I got. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Bill. All right, Regina Campbell.
Regina Campbell, 2803 Dark Hollow Road, Roseland. I'm here today as a scared and fearful parent of children who attend Nelson County Public Schools. I am asking the board to acknowledge and reflect on the fact that there have been 3 incidents involving 4 minors in Nelson County in the past month alone. These minors were charged with possessing and firing guns. 2 were even charged with attempted murder. As a parent, it is scary to think that this is happening in our small community. Every school shooting incident, you see parents on TV saying, "We never thought it would happen here." These most recent incidents prove that the children in our county have access to these firearms. And could possibly be here. When I walked into this building today, at the door, I had to state my purpose, show my ID, and pass through a metal detector to obtain access into this building. I find it absurd that our schools aren't provided these exact same safety measures. I believe the first line of defense in protecting our schools is having a fully staffed sheriff's office and a full-time SRO at each one of our schools. It is neglectful of our schools and our community for any deputy positions to remain unfilled. At your July meeting, you all as a board implemented a minimum $32,000 yearly salary for full-time county employees. This is great in every employee. However, when you compare the pay of $37 extremely short and the risk of their jobs. In my opinion, our officers at a bare minimum should make $45,000 a year. Lastly, I am asking the Board of Supervisors to work more closely with the school board and be willing to allocate any additional funding that might be needed in order to purchase and install additional security measures for our schools. This won't be cheap, but the lives of our children are priceless. I suggest you all as a board be more proactive about all of this. Please do not wait until something does happen to take action. Make sure that you all can look parents in the faces should the worst ever happen and honestly be able to say you helped do everything possible to prevent this. I feel that you cannot say that right now, and school starts tomorrow. Thank you.
All right, moving on to Peter Bryan.
My name is Peter Bryan, and I live at 513 Sunset Drive in Amherst, Virginia. Chairman Rutherford and other members of the Board of Supervisors, thank you for the privilege of speaking to you today. I represent the Jefferson Council. Jefferson Council was formed by the University of Virginia alumni and other stakeholders and is dedicated to the preservation of the legacy of Thomas Jefferson, the lawn, the honor code at the University of Virginia, and the intellectual diversity that one would expect from Mr. Jefferson's University. I realize that the topic of the proposed name change for the Jefferson-Madison Regional Library is not on y'all's agenda today. And I did speak about this at y'all's last meeting, but I felt it was important to return and provide a few more details. I have attended 2 of the meetings at the Jefferson-Madison Regional Library Board, and it was clear from the first meeting that their legal counsel advised the members of the board that without unanimous consent of all 5 participants in the regional library, a name change was not possible. In spite of that, they formed a study committee, I guess is what it's called, to explore further options on the potential proposed name change. The support for retaining the name was overwhelming in all of the public speakers that presented at the first board meeting and at the second board meeting, and some very eminent scholars, far more eloquent than I am, made a very compelling case about the value of Mr. Jefferson and Mr. Madison and what they mean to this country. And it seems to me that the board of the Jefferson Madison Regional Library views their bylaws and the charter as an inconvenience to be overcome rather than a statement of guidelines and rules to be followed. And since Louisa County and Greene County have passed a resolution in opposition to the name change, I would humbly request that the Nelson County Board of Supervisors seriously consider a resolution in support of retaining the name of the Jefferson Madison Regional Library. I won't go into all the contributions that Mr. Jefferson and Mr. Madison made to this country. We all know what they are. I just encourage the Board of Supervisors to put an end to this business and pass a resolution in support of retaining the name. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. All right, moving on to Edith Napier. Edith? I saw you. Okay, yeah, I thought I saw you come in.
Good afternoon. Thanks for allowing me to appear here. First of all, congratulations, Mrs. McGarry, on your position. It's amazing that in 2022, we are still making history. It's unusual. Its time has passed for that, but I congratulate you. I want to thank this board and whoever was responsible for the comprehensive plan workshop being held at the Nelson Heritage Center. It was well attended, and we are interested in the planning that's going on for this county. My third issue or concern is the grass in the medians. At one time, along 29, it was cut up very well. The grass was cut regularly, and even trimming around the poles and whatever. Now it's difficult at times to cross over the median because of the amount of grass and weeds that are allowed to go up. I tell you, get out on what it's like. And I'm going to ask also, I know at some points, places they have said they are planting flowers so they don't cut the grass. But if you look where those flowers are supposed to be, it's mostly weeds. And the citizens in the southern end of the county would like their medians cut. They would like it safe for them and their children to cross the road. VDOT, we pay taxes to the state, so we would hope that it's taken care of, and it's in everyone's here benefit to have those grass cut out in the medians. Regarding the Jefferson Madison Library name, I said it's what they meant to this country. I urge each of you to remember what they meant to this country depends on what side of the fence you're standing on. Those names do not mean the same to everyone. Yes, we are a proud country. We are citizens of the United States and of Nelson County. But we need you to think about that along with others rather than passing resolutions, which means that the whole county then believes that that should be done. Thank you.
I, at this time, have no one else who has signed up on the public comment sheet to speak. Is there anyone here who wishes to speak that did not sign up? Okay, hearing no one. We close the public comment section at this time. Moving on to the consent agenda for minutes of approval and a budget amendment. Is there any additions or questions or staff, anything you need to comment on? Otherwise, we just need a motion to approve as presented. That's the chair's recommendation.
So moved.
We have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented. Do we have support?
Second.
Second for Mr. Reed. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, we will do a vote by acclamation. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition, abstentions? Hearing none, let the record show that this passed unanimously.